stuck here. The cops won't bother me. You know, one of my viewers asked me to do a review comparing the Yamaha Super Tenere to the Honda Africa Twin. But unfortunately, I've never ridden the new Africa Twin. You know, the reason I bought the Super Tenere was because I cannot afford a Honda Africa Twin. I actually really like the Africa Twin brand, and that's the bike that really started that whole adventure marketing. You know, when you look back at the old Africa Twin, I do have a 1995 Honda Africa Twin, but that's a completely different machine than the new Africa Twin. The old Africa Twin, like I own, and you might be curious as why I don't ride it, is that I have it in Europe. So when I go to Europe, I ride it, and I've ridden that all over Europe, including like Switzerland, Italy, you know, all of Belgium, Germany, Spain, Portugal. It's a great bike, but it's very heavy. The new Africa Twin should be much nicer, I think. You know, that riding the old Africa Twin through Europe, people love it. I mean, people still love that bike. There's such a cult-like following for it, and that's the reason why Honda brought back the new Africa Twin, because of the cult-like following that the old one had. I mean, the old one was just insane. People loved that thing. When I bought the Africa Twin, I bought it a long time ago, I was considering buying a Yamaha Tenere too, which is kind of funny, and I never even thought about it until now. But yeah, like I was researching bikes at the time to buy it, and I bought it like from here there. So, but it's kind of crazy that the Teneres, I forgot the size, they were like either 600s or 700s. The Africa Twin is a V-Twin 750, and the Africa Twin has some issues. The old one, the fuel pump goes out on it often because it's outside of the gas tank. So when you have a fuel pump outside of the gas tank, it doesn't get lubricated. So if you run it kind of dry once in a while, it stops working. And that happened to me when I was in Cannes, France, and that's an expensive place to break down. So the Tenere at the time, I haven't checked prices, but the Tenere was definitely much cheaper than the Honda Africa Twin. I believe like 2,000 euros. It was kind of crazy. I should have bought the Tenere just because of the price, but I really love the looks of the Honda Africa Twin, and the Africa Twin is just so much cooler. Plus, the Africa Twin was the first V-Twin I had. So the Africa Twin really predates my Suzuki V-Strom. The funny part is that I believe that the V-Strom is actually a much better bike than the Africa Twin. The old Africa Twin was so freaking heavy. Now the big benefit, as I see it, for riders is really the large front wheel, a 21 front wheel on the Africa Twin. The old one does that. The old one has tubes, which I do not like. I don't like tubes in bikes because I am not really riding off-road. I'm riding, commuting, I'm riding just like a normal person. I don't want to be removing tubes from a bike like a bicycle. Yeah, like I don't really see myself taking a big adventure bike off-road. I don't see too much of a point. I don't find it to be fun. I see these guys on adventure bikes, like big GS's, and all they do is take photos of their bike down on a trail. That's not really my idea of a good time. So the old Africa Twin, it is heavy. That's a heavy beast, and it consumes a lot of fuel. It is a thirsty, you know, I even got like a major speeding ticket in Spain for speeding, but it's not particularly fast. Engines, parallel twins are much cheaper to run than a V-twin. Kind of wish I could compare it to the new Africa Twin, but I just don't know much about it. I kind of know what you read in magazines. It seems like the Africa Twin is better for off-road just because of the large tires, but yeah, I don't think a lot of people are using it for off-roading. I think there's a lot of talk. The tenere is definitely a much better street bike just because of that shaft drive. For me, the shaft drive really was one of the major benefits, because I can literally not worry about changing a chain on a ride. You can just ride that thing. It doesn't seem to need much maintenance at all. The valves on both are very complex. They're both twin cylinders. I think they make about the same power. I think the tenere is about 120 horsepower. This Prius has got like a sign on the back that says not flat with a globe on it, which is kind of funny. NASA checked. That's kind of funny. African Twin, man, I love the looks of the African Twin. I like that they made it. I think too that the tenere came first and the styling of the Africa Twin came afterwards. This is going to be a bumpy road here. See, this is the real reason I would want a Africa Twin or tenere, is to deal with these lumpy roads. I think that's the real benefit. Yeah, I think the Africa Twin does look better than the tenere, but I did post up on the Super Tenere forums asking for a device, and all of a sudden it became like a conversation about the T7 versus the T12, as they call it. Super Tenere versus the regular tenere. That's the 700. And you know, tenere, I don't know, I don't like the name too much. It's tenere or tenere. Really depends on who you talk to. I think the big benefit, is really the shaft drive. That's something I'm willing to add some weight to. But both bikes are inline 2s. I don't know, I kind of wish I'd like I have been trying to get a Africa Twin. The prices on them used, of course it's always used. I'm not looking to buy a new one. They are, the cheapest I found was like $8,500, which is insane. I kind of feel that I can almost get 2 Yamaha teneres for that price. The early gen teneres. I was watching a video about a guy who bought a 2019 Yamaha Super Tenere, and he paid $19,000. I was like, oh, is that how much they cost? Jesus. $19,000. And a priced out like GS's. A GS cost I believe $27,000 with boxes and all of that. So it's kind of insane. What are you doing, buddy? I'm sorry, you're just going too slow for me to let him in.